Hi guys, welcome to our little sneak peek to the new Ambulance DLC Bayside expansion. Welcome to the stream. First of all, like a little introduction, we have Sigi with me,
Hi.
art director at Asia Interactive, and I am Wolfi, tech art director at Asia Interactive. We both worked on the project for quite some time, and yeah, today we want to go a little bit into the DLC and what it has in it, like what the cool features are that we want to showcase to you. And I mean, without further ado, I think we should step right into it. First of all, maybe a little bit about the general content that we have. Sigi, could you show us maybe a little bit what we have?
Yes, of course. I mean, the obviously biggest thing is we have a brand new district. It's located in the north of the existing districts. We created 2 connections into the existing ones, and it comes with the full package. We have a new HQ there, and a ton of new locations where there are things to discover and callouts to be played.
Awesome. Yeah, should we just maybe play a little call out and then see where the wind carries us?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you guys didn't notice, we also released a new patch, and we will during the stream we will also go a little bit into what we added in the last couple of months, because there are quite some nice improvements that will make it easier to play the game, will a little bit more easy to understand what's going on in the game. I hope you guys liked it. So yeah, this is the new district. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about what the district is about. What did you cook there in the art department?
Yes, so what we cooked is called Bellhill. It's kind of like a suburby district. We wanted to make it a bit more vacation-y, touristy. So we have a long promenade along the coast. There's also a ton of beaches included. And we wanted to present it nice and neat, and also a lot residential.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you can also see the other districts from back here. Here's downtown. And I would just directly start approaching our first callout while driving alongside here. Yep, there's our callout.
Well, I noticed the lighting also looks a little bit different, right? I think it feels very like vibrant and bright. It's quite nice.
It was supposed to be a place where people like to be, even though they usually don't do that good when they are protagonists in our game, but still though.
I have an accident on your vacation, great.
Happens everywhere.
Yeah. So while you drive along, maybe let's go a little bit into the other things. Like I can see that the ambulance looks kind of nice, right? So
I'm playing with our fire rescue EMT of Pelicano Bay. Skin package is a cosmetic that we use for all the ambulances as well as the uniforms, and I think it's quite cool.
By the way, I'm not sure if you noticed the NPC. It's not so obvious right now, but the traffic has, like I know it was a little bit of a pain sometimes, but we improved a lot there. So I think now we're in a good state as to how the traffic behaves most of the time, at least. And
especially the suicidal NPCs that might have been sabotaging one or another shift.
I mean, I've been told that those are real as well. It happens.
It does.
It's kind of cool that we have a call out not on a regular street, but rather like on a little path on the mountain. Nice view as well.
This district particularly has some more nature-based areas, and is furthest from the typical big high-rise city that we start in the game. Okay, so let's start with our anamnesis. I see an NPC, and she's not doing good. I think she's cramping.
Well, she was jittering as well. I've seen it. And she's sweating, for sure.
about to go for a hike when
Yeah, she seems to have muscle cramping.
thing
I see it.
ankle.
And she is supposed to be
When I looked
bitten
down,
by
it
something.
had
She's also
disappeared.
sweating quite heavily and obviously has trouble breathing. Let's inspect it. She doesn't seem to be injured, though, which is good.
Well, shouldn't she have like a little injury somewhere?
Could happen if she falls, but she looks fine. I just see a lot of sweat, which is usually a sign of there being an issue with the circulation.
There, I see.
Okay, let's see what the witness has to say about this.
What do you have to say for yourself, witness?
Yes, we've been friends for ages. My friend was in the lead when I heard them scream, and I
Oh
caught a
no,
glimpse of a
spider.
spider disappearing into the woods.
The spider.
Typical touristy thing. Make sure you have your vaccines when traveling. Let's check if we can make a diagnosis for her already,
Mm-hmm.
because this is very likely, but we also should have enough evidence that might be related to a hazard coming from the environment. And the spider venom seems very likely. And the muscle tension and the shivering are a clear indicator.
Well, let's go with that then.
Yeah, let's take her in, so we can probably treat her.
Wish I had vacation. So inspiring.
Okay, off you go. Okay. Let's check what the protocol suggests, how we should be treating her.
Treatment?
Here. No, it actually doesn't suggest anything. Then let's do usual. First, getting some diagnostic information from her.
Mm-hmm. We should have the patch. There is a. Well, we don't have enough evidence, but some of the evidence that's part of the patch is now being displayed in the tooltips of your tool bag, so that it's a little bit easier to connect the dots as to what kind of treatment you're supposed to do, depending on what you analyzed so far.
Okay, she's quite sweaty. But I can't really do anything about her because she's not sweating because of the heat. So much we can tell.
Glycemia.
Okay. She does have a small wound on the arm.
Yeah.
Seems to be where the spider bit her.
Mm-hmm.
I guess as we don't have like an antitoxin unit,
Well,
I think it's probably best
get
to...
her to the hospital ASAP.
Yes.
No time to lose.
It would also been a fun addition. Just carrying around tons of toxin and then guessing which one might save the person. Okay, let's give her ketamine.
Yeah. On that note, we added in jolt events. So when you drive recklessly, be careful.
Like I just did with the fence.
Yeah.
Oh, she has a cardiac arrest. Oh no. Oh no, and I gave her ketamine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, turn on your siren.
Oh.
And then get out of the vehicle.
Sorry.
And I get into it again.
Okay, let's quickly grab the new hospital. Also, of course, the new district has a fresh new hospital. Oh, now we
A
can...
defibrillator?
Defibrillator. We need to get rid of the cardiac arrest first. I hope that helps her. But she's very much not doing good. We better have to hurry. As you might see from the navigation in the minimap down bottom left, you see that the route is suggesting quite a long turn. That's also one thing that is very significant about this district is that it is very much elevated. So there's a lot of serpentine areas that suggest long navigation routes, but of course we also made sure that we include a lot of shortcuts that the player can find to optimize their routes, so be sure to have a close look on where you might save some time. when going around here.
Maybe next call out then. We can take one of them.
Yeah, for now I'm just...
Oh, I'm busy. Oh,
It's okay.
my heart.
I don't know what I'm doing. Except when I give a ketamine. Okay. Let's bring her here. So the people can take care of her. Hopefully better than I just did. Oh, I keep forgetting those curtains. They look so retro. Okay.
So what else do we have in the DLC? There's also a chance, maybe we're lucky. It's a chance of 3 new callouts. Let's see if this might be one of them. Would be great.
It actually is
Yeah.
somewhere further.
Yeah, the callout director, I think it was in the patch before, but it has been improved quite a lot, so you're not being sent around the districts too much, but at least to a certain degree. Hope that's working nicely for everyone.
Yeah, let's cross overland, and we can also show how the district is now connected with the existing game world, because obviously these had to be created, which is great because we could make a use of our big golden bridge finally.
Does it have a name?
Of course it does have a name. It is called the Angel Bridge, I think.
The Angel Bridge. Okay.
Yeah, because it's next to Angel Beach.
Thought it might have been the Red Cape Bridge or something.
Okay. One thing that we also didn't note yet, because it makes sense, is that our district also comes with a brand new and huge catastrophic event, which actually takes place on exactly that bridge, the golden one behind the district.
Yeah, it's quite epic.
Yeah, not too fast. Yeah, so it passed by the harbor here.
But since we changed the general behavior of the NPCs, I think it's quite nice how well you can drive around. Yeah, those rescue alleys. Look at those beautiful rescue alleys.
Make space. It's easier when you drive the smaller ambulance, but even with the bigger one, you can very well pass through now, which would have been an issue otherwise. Guess that's something real paramedics also struggle with a lot. People parking stupidly, people not making space, risking all that lives that we want to save. Which is probably horrible, feeling that kind of pressure.
Yeah. Oh, looks like a...
I already see a person that looks like they are in trouble.
Ooh, guys, you look like you're in trouble.
Hi.
You're in trouble, mister.
Good job so far.
No,
Hey,
they
you
were already
did
like
nothing
this
wrong.
and are actually not
He
proud
did
of him.
call the ambulance, which is nice, and I kindly also ask you to move on the side so I can do my job. Okay, so she's stuck under there. She is bleeding quite a bunch, so I assume she probably has an injury somewhere on the leg, which I can't see right now.
Oh snap! Well, do we also have another? This one doesn't have another patient in it, right?
No, I think this person is fine.
Yeah,
Seems a bit traumatized. Let's see if he knows anything.
the bike at all. It came out of nowhere. Oh my god.
He doesn't know
I
anything.
did it, didn't I?
Useless. Okay, well, let's bring her in. I need to transport her to the stretcher, else I can't see anything on her. Who knows what sort of trauma happened here? Whether she hits her head or not. She also wouldn't talk to us, which is usually a sign of them not doing too well on the brain side. Yeah, also it always feels nice shoving them in. I could watch that all day. Okay.
Watch them all. And as a matter of fact, you probably did watch it all day.
Yes, we obviously do play the game a lot when we develop it. Guess that's no surprise to anyone. But here we now clearly see how she's bleeding on the stomach. He's bleeding so much on the stomach. I would say we bandage him. He's a cutting wound and some bruising, which you definitely want to wrap up. Okay.
Well, could you also apply some of the measuring tools?
Yes, of course. Else, like in real life, you're just super blind.
We had a few improvements to the cables. I mean, it's not like they're perfect, but I think we tamed them a little bit so that they don't go crazy as much as they did before.
Yeah, physics in video games will never be perfect.
Yeah.
But we try our best. Okay, he also fell unconscious, and I see he has quite low oxygen saturation. What we could actually do is have a look at our handbook and see how we could improve the vitals. The oxygen saturation to, if it is too low, we could improve it by either freeing the airway, which makes sense, or giving the oxygen mask. We know she probably doesn't have anything in her throat, so I would just make sure to give her some oxygen via the oxygen mask, so we know they don't have any trouble breathing. He also has clear signs of cyanosis on the fingertips and on the lips, so he's definitely low on oxygen. And he has another wound on the leg. Let's bandage that one as well. In a sec. Let's, after the call-out, maybe check if we can get back into our district, and hope our call-out director doesn't want us to do too much round trips in the world, because obviously this is what we mostly wanted to show you guys. Okay. Let's bring this one to the hospital. I'll actually make sure to take the longer route and go back to Bellhill, so we can bring him here.
I'm sorry, I just need to open up the chat.
You're
Just be
stealing my
frank about-
focus.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's handicap. You're risking lives. The dude will bleed to death from his leg.
Ooh.
The size of the district is actually very similar to all of the other ones. It's a bit more narrow, and as I said, the basic road layout is exposed to be rather inconvenient on the first look, because it is so serpentine and so angled. But as I said, there's a lot of shortcuts to discover which help the navigation a lot. So I can only encourage everyone to make sure to discover a little bit. Think like if you just see compared to the other districts' layouts, like especially for district, the third district, San Johannes, you see the super clear typical suburban road layout of a planned suburb, and as compared to the other one. Okay, I don't have a cursor. Please get my focus back.
We have. Oh yeah, sorry. Get your focus back. Just have a
Yes,
little bit
that
of
would be nice.
technical difficulties bringing. up the
Oh,
chat.
his lung collapsed.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Needle decompression.
Well, let's make it a little bit more action-packed.
It's easy for you to say. Your lung didn't collapse. And he's still very low in oxygen saturation. And I couldn't even ask his name, so he's still a John Doe for us, which is unfortunate. It's usually always easier if you can question your patients, because they usually have the best information about themselves, especially if there's no useful witness surrounding. The temperature is dropping, but you have a thermostat in our modern ambulance, so this is no problem. Our partner is in the back and can bring it back up to support the drop in temperature. They also had to undress him, which obviously also does some change in the body temperature if we don't act on it. Wah. Oh no, I jumped over the bump. I'm sorry.
Jumped over the shark.
With a shark. No. Okay, let's go out here. And we are in the intersection back into District Bellhill. I can't really improve it a lot, but at least the last measure that we did fixed the oxygen saturation. So it actually is in the hundreds again, and 100 is a very good percentage of oxygen in the blood.
It's the best.
Some would even say it's the best.
It's my favorite.
It's like
my
if
favorite
having
percentage.
100% of your blood inside your body is preferred. Okay, let's see how is the fastest route to our hospital. We can pass through here on the promenade. Pass again at coastline headquarters. It's also slightly more colorful, like most of the other districts, which we wanted to have for the DLC because I thought it would be a nice change. Ugh.
Your siren is off, Sigi.
I know.
Oh, there was a jolt. Oh,
no,
triggered the jolt.
Yeah, I'm a bit reckless today. It was a long day of work already, so I'm sorry.
By the way, hi chat, we're here now. Can see you.
Yeah, I'm reckless. I'm sorry.
You're reckless.
Yeah, we didn't implement a car jump to jump over obstacles.
DLC maybe?
Maybe next one. Okay.
There's one question from the chat. Will there be further more callouts and new vehicles, or is that it? So far we concentrated on working on everything for the Bayside expansion. For the next patches, stay tuned.
I got an S. That wasn't too bad. I fixed the oxygen saturation, which is pretty cool. And actually we can show you one of the other bigger updates that we did, is that we added those tooltips here to give better readability about the scoring, because it is complex in the game, and we wanted to give even more details rather than hiding too much of it and trying to simplify it as a feedback from you guys. We exposed more of that, and you see I totally stabilized them, so I'm not completely horrible. Let's do another shift. A short one, it's more fun.
Okay, let's go a little bit into the questions that are now being spammed into the chat. We do have one from earlier, which was what did the Bayside expansion bring? Also, is the district immediately unlocked, or do you have to complete the third district first? So
it is unlocked, I think, after you completed some progress in the game. So obviously you have to be able to go there. And currently we have 2 connectors. We made one from the third district, but also one from Ammon Heights, where you can pass through the Golden Bridge into the district. I'm not sure when it exactly is unlocked in the progression, but it is not only available until you complete the game. We didn't want to do that.
Yeah, the callouts should be unlocked immediately. The access to the district and the catastrophic event are in the end of the game. Sigi, what is your favorite thing to design from an art perspective? Like in general, I suppose.
Oof, in general.
What do you like to design the most?
I mean, obviously in games like that, we always have a huge world to build, which is a lot of fun because it's super complex. Not only speaking technically, but also just as what a world assembles. It's just a very complex and huge thing. But actually for this game specifically, more fun was to work with the complaints and research medical issues on patients.
The gore.
The gore, but also the more subtle things, and connecting them with what you actually see people happen. I mean, a lot of the very severe things that we have in the game isn't that obviously visually, because it's inside of the patient. You don't see a lot of it, but obviously making just bloody different types of bleedings on them is also quite fun.
Yeah, it was also fun for people like visiting visiting Asia, looking over our shoulders and seeing some of the blood and gore that we were working on. was an interesting project for sure. So far. Next question, Wolfi, exclamation mark. What was something the team wanted to add but immediately found out it was a bad idea and got scrapped? Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, there's one thing that we definitely, not super immediately, but relatively soon, we noticed that scoring, if you're familiar with the games that we do, you might have played, for example, Police Simulator, Patrol Officers, and there we score based on the procedure, what you do, right? Like everything that you do is being scored directly based on your...
Oh, arterial wound.
Well, get her into
I'm on it. No, tourniquet. That's good.
Yeah, and that was something that we stepped away from relatively soon because it is a really it's such a complicated procedure that you need to follow that it became increasingly more difficult for us to really explain that to the player, like in which situations what exactly to do, and therefore we stepped away from that instead went for a result-based scoring, what we called it. So that was one thing for sure.
There I thought you were saying childbirth. I would have done childbirth.
Oh, childbirth, yeah.
That would have been so messy. And very, very common for the subject that we're doing.
Well, it's a shame. I would still like to do childbirth.
Yes.
Did I miss something? I don't think so. Oh my god, so much blood.
Yeah, she's had an arterial wound and an additional 2 others. Can you please move? Ignorant person. I think this is very realistic to what real paramedics have to struggle with. People are just not helpful, usually. They're just annoying and in the way of things.
Yeah.
Oh, the bike also barely survived that accident.
It's true.
She's bleeding all over.
You should have gotten the bike on your stretcher instead. Was there another? Because one thing we added, it would be really nice if we had a multi-patient call-out for once.
True, we didn't get any of them yet.
Yeah, because a lot of you requested that we should have a proper handling for patients that you don't select for transport, and we added in a little, just basically a little explanation of how they are being handled, to just sell a little bit better that they are being picked up by another ambulance. I hope that helps a little. It was part of the latest patch.
Mm-hmm. Oh god. Multiple horrible wounds.
Yeah.
Let's bring her in. I hope she's not bleeding to death until we arrived.
It's interesting how we play it with it, because I think a lot of people are like more analyzing and looking into how to really treat the patient, and like find out everything about them, but in the same time you lose a lot of time, right? And you're just a little bit quicker to min-max your scores.
Yes.
Cheeky Ziggy.
Can actually be worth it, especially if you're not too far off the hospital, which I am currently am. It can actually be faster also for more efficient for scoring if I just rush ahead. Also, I still hope that we are getting one of the new callout types, which we didn't see yet, because you can get them. They are spread out across all the districts, but so also, of course, it can be seen in the Bellhill district.
So we have one question from Tech Unicorn. Got any cool horns? Yes, we do have very cool horns. Maybe after we finish that shift, we should maybe go through all of the horns that we have and maybe showcase them a little bit. And there was another question coming from Is Interactive. Wolfi, can you explain why cables are notoriously difficult to deal with in Unreal? How did the team end up fixing this? So problem with cables is they need to interact with the environment, and they are very prone to any interactions, especially of the endpoints of the cable, right? And one of the issues that we have in the game that was very hard to solve was that there are some places in the animation that are not continuous, right? You have one animation where someone grabs the hand, and then at the same time, like in one specific point in time, the object that you place on the character needs to stay there, needs to be spawned there, and the animation stops and is switching to another state. And this little switch is leading to like the sockets where the cables are attached to like quickly for a millisecond, like to fly around to a different spot and then back into the right position, and that is very bad for cables. And it's also quite difficult to tame them properly while at the same time have them interact with the environment, and because all of the collisions have to be evaluated all the time. It's quite expensive as well. And if you want to tame them and make sure that they like only happen or simulate in the space that are being designed in, then you lose most of the interaction with the world, because the world again can like produce a lot of glitches and discontinuities.
We do have a multi-patient call-out, finally. So horribly
Ooh.
burnt down house.
Awesome.
And I see
I mean-
at least two
Oh my god.
people injured. Awesome.
I think it looks cool.
But when I saw the flames, I began searching for other people in the building.
Okay, what is the issue with you? I see bleeding, see a lot of people burned.
Well, his skin is still on fire.
I know, but I can't let the others die.
Okay, this person also doesn't seem to feel good. Has a lot of burnings on the limbs. Who else is there? Fire director's this person as well. Oh, that's a nasty,
Yeah.
at least second or third degree burn. That definitely needs treatment. I think she might be our
Yes.
candidate this time.
I'm just in a
Yeah,
lot
look at the
of pain.
bubbles. That's a second degree.
I had
Look
some
at them bubbles.
scented candles on, but that couldn't be it.
So,
could it?
did you also
As soon
learn
as
a
I
few
noticed the
things
fire,
along the way
I ran out of the
while
building.
developing this game?
Oh yes, of course. I think we started off the pre-production by giving all the members of our team and our company an update of our first aid course. So we are completely up to date
True.
to know what we are supposed to do. And of course, we did a lot of research. We had a contact with a lot of professionals from the industry, again, like we usually do for most of our projects, which was extremely helpful. Because obviously a normal person doesn't know this. Our jobs as game developers, not everyday medical heroes. So we did have to learn a lot. As we're doing a simulation game, these things have to be on spot. And we want to be as good as possible with the representation that we do in the game. I think I want to take her.
Oh, there was a question from Assassin's King. Like, I think with the latest patch, we improved that a little bit. That you get a lot of callouts in districts. It is intentional that you still get callouts in different districts because we want you to use the bridges. Oh yeah, by the way, sorry. I'll continue with that, but here's another like little improvement that we added in. As I noticed, as I mentioned before, the state of the NPCs is now being displayed, so that you don't feel like you're just abandoning them.
Yeah, they'll be waiting for second ambulance as we only can take one at each time.
Yeah. So get back to the point. It is intended that you also need to drive to other districts. However, it should be less likely for you to being moved to a different district. It tries to like keep the balance of having you to drive around and across all of the districts, and also maintaining a little bit the district that you've chosen as like a little heuristic, trying to move you into the right place and give you callouts in interesting places.
Okay, let's maybe give her some saline people with lots of burn skin usually have an hydration issue, so that could help.
Well, does the blood pressure look bad though?
The blood pressure is fine, but we still want to give some relief. She's actually not doing too bad. The vitals at least are in the stable, which is usually the best indicator. As we know, generally pain levels are very subjective.
Yeah. I mean, the patients do have different pain resistances. Might
True.
change your scoring as well a little bit.
Okay, let's give her a burn bandage on that.
Yeah, burn bandage, by the way, as a new description to make it more clear and bring across the difference between a burn bandage and a regular bandage.
Okay, we didn't diagnose her yet, but it's rather obvious she has a lot of bleeding. But actually, what I wanna charge here is the burn, because it's a heavy bone burn, and I know this is more troublesome than the venous bleeding. Venous bleeding is nasty, but they at least won't instantly bleed to death if it's not arterial.
Yeah.
So
I think it's also an interesting point. Like, you can always switch your diagnosis. It's not important for scoring.
exactly.
It's just for you, a little helper for you to, like, I mean, it's a big helper for the players to understand what to do next. But if you just decide to ignore it and do what you think is best for the patient, it might even give you better scores in the end. A question from Assassin's King 33. How do I treat hematoma? Do I need to bandage it, or is it just added
normal?
so we as
But I get
players
with
can
my
analyze the situation
heart
based
racing.
off of the callouts?
Yes, so generally hematoma is not health-threatening. It's just a small amount of blood being spilled under the skin. So there's no treatment required for simple hematoma. However, if it is big enough to resemble an internal bleeding, this can be a medical issue and it has to be addressed. Obviously not with a bandage. That is something that the hospital has to take care of. So it's a health risk for the patient that has to be addressed. They can look similar though, so you have to watch out closely. And especially any bruising on the rib area obviously is critical, because this can be an indicator of broken ribs. That might even have pierced the lung if you're unlucky. So I guess these are the most critical hematomas to look out for.
Did you just ignore the transport event?
Oh yes, I did. We made them more frequently, but I felt like my Jane is doing fine, so I'm confident that she doesn't need anything. We also don't want to push any treatment on patients that are not needed, because first of all, financial costs, and second of all, why? So I can focus on driving and bringing her
the edge of my
in
seat,
fast.
because you're driving without the siren on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Even though I put in the nice Munich siren pattern, which is from our hometown. I feel home.
Live to you from Munich HQ. Asia Interactive.
Okay, she's doing good. I'm happy with that, and I got an S, because she
got an S
was
for
completely
Sigi.
fine. Here we also see the other people that we didn't bring in. I should probably have taken the person that was lying on the stretcher,
Yeah.
because she had a critical state. But I wanted to go for
Yeah, maybe
Conchita.
let's have this open a little bit and explain what is being displayed there,
Mhm.
maybe. So for all of the patients that you found, you get a little overview. Okay, this is the one that you admitted, right? And you have all of the different states. By the way, this is not the triage state. It's just a general indicator of how well they are doing in general. So the yellow, red color, it doesn't mean that you triage them yellow. It just means that they have a medium state, basically.
I mean, your triage hopefully roughly matches with that,
Yeah, exactly.
if you're guessing right.
Exactly. And then when you go to Conchita Bass, please. Yeah. So you encountered her in a serious condition, and then the states afterwards tell you whether they improved or whether it didn't improve. And Sigi managed to keep her on the same level, so she kept her stable. In the treatment phase, so in the ambulance, and then also during the transport, she also kept her stable. and that leads to the final score of A, because the game thinks she could also have done a little bit better, like maybe even improved her state, and that's the reason why she just got an A for this particular patient. The other ones, however, as you can see, they are, like, for example, hopefully I'm not mispronouncing, Xiao Yan. Lawrence is better than expected, even though he was in a critical state immediately. It was okay to. No, actually, it wasn't okay. You should have taken this guy.
I should have probably taken this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was fast, and the other ambulance brought him in and saved him.
Yeah. Anyway, you like the final outcome of the state didn't decrease so much, and that is as expected, and therefore you get an S for as expected.
Yeah. Also barely did any jolts this time, which is good because it means I didn't crash too hard. Okay, I should switch to another Siren. Maybe something not too...
The Pelicano Screamer. Ooh.
Music.
Beautiful. There's the ice cream one.
The ice cream one. I saw it before. Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But not very alarming, to be honest. Let's go with this one.
The everyday alarm.
Okay, let's grab one more.
I really hope we get some of the new callouts.
That would be really convenient, but as everyone in the world, we are just puppets of the mighty callout director.
Almighty callout director.
And yes, I also saw one comment in the chat. It can happen that it sends you quite across the district. It can also be that they're close by, but generally there's an AI manager that chooses how far they are apart or where the next callout is connected. We did want it to be quite flexible because we also wanted the player to be able to drive into other districts, cross the nice bridges that we did, the highway system that we created, and actually have to go across districts, which in the release version wasn't that strong. So that's something we intentionally wanted to have in.
Oh, Siren.
Yeah, it's okay.
There's a question about...
Do you know how many hours I drove through these streets and fixed collisions? Many.
Playing the game on hardcore mode without the siren on. There's a question what the red evidences mean in the, I assume in the end result. The red ones are the ones that you would have to find if in order to guide you to the right diagnosis, but it's not affecting your scoring whatsoever. It's just a little hint that this is something that you could have found and that would have been relevant for your diagnosis. Of course you can give suggestions. Oreo Pipo.
I think ice cream is a good suggestion. Always.
Yeah, ice cream is a great suggestion.
Oh, we missed to make an ice cream call out. Like a person slipping on his just dropped ice cream.
We do have a beach call out here.
Yeah, well,
that's not famous.
Yeah, let's have a look at what happened here though. I see people playing beach volleyball. This one doesn't look happy.
No idea.
And she doesn't make me happy either.
She's very happy to see you.
They just collapsed out of the blue right in the middle of training.
Oh well.
This is why
would that mean?
People
Maybe
shouldn't do sports. Sports is just too...
Develop my games, guys. Is it... She's probably dehydrated, isn't she?
Yeah, she actually looks extremely sweaty. I think she's more than dehydrated. Oh. Do you see her face?
I can see her face.
Dropping on one side.
Ah.
That's definitely not good. I think she has more severe issues than just being thirsty.
Well, does she have a stroke?
Could be. Let's examine her limbs to make sure we don't miss any. Oh god, she
snap.
went
Maybe we should
unconscious.
Stop investigating.
Sorry, I'm hurrying. Okay, let's quickly bring her in and then diagnose her. Layla Kuznetsov. Yeah, you always have to have a good combination of being chill, knowing what you do, but also hurrying, because obviously we know the vitals tick all the time.
Well, driving a stretcher on sand is probably not the easiest thing.
Not driving this thing at all is an easy thing.
Yeah, exactly. Must be a nightmare. Well, they're doing fine though. It's a sporty guy anyway, right? Yeah. That's why it's no problem for him.
Okay.
So, what are the callouts that we added, Sigi?
It's 3 new ones. The one that we just had hope for to get is a beach party. It's a group of people, also usually a multi-patient callout, that are having fun on the beach, doing a party. Probably some youngsters.
Those youngsters.
And there's things that can happen. They might have gone swimming. Some of them might have undercooling. They could also be using some substances that might not have been best for the health. There's several things that could happen in the callouts generally, so it's up to the players to investigate and then choose a good diagnosis for them. Now she's completely unconscious.
Yeah.
Let's quickly make sure we have all the tools on to see
Blood
what's
sugar.
happening. I think it's a blood sugar. Should we
No,
check?
could be. Check the blood sugar.
I check the blood sugar. No, she's good.
It's fine.
She's doing better than me, so I think that's okay. She also is breathing.
Yeah. Well, the blood sugar is in the yellow area, though.
It's slightly low, but I think she's fine.
She will survive.
Maybe we could always give her some... where is it? Here, glucose.
Well, actually, it's not true that I provide the sound effects. Sound effects are made by our sound designers, namely Stefan Gonglach and Simon Osterhold. Thank you, Assassin's King. 33.
Okay. I wanted to give her one more thing, which is for... Or even better, let's give her morphine.
Oh yeah.
If there's two
even
things that always
better.
work, it's morphine or epinephrine. They have a very high chance. If you don't know what you're doing,
Give them morphine.
give them morphine.
Yeah.
They might survive.
The other callouts, Sigi.
Yes. So after beach, we also have 2 technology-related ones. One we call social media challenge. It's related to, again, some kind of youngsters that record the videos for common social media platforms. And these might contain some sort of challenge that might go wrong, or some other interesting topic of filming. I won't spoil too much of what can go wrong here, but let's just say it might include peanuts.
Peanuts.
Yes. And our third one, which is one more dystopic one. Dystopian one is our AR madness.
Oh.
Which is related to
Bright
our
future.
newly released AR headset that was just released in San Pellicano, and that caused people to not be very outlooking on where they are going and what might be in their way. Let's say there's a lot of trauma incidents coming from this. And as we said, they are located in the new district, but you can also find them all over the world in other districts as well. So we place them everywhere, so you can encounter them in any locations in the world.
Another question from Assassin's King. Is there a way I can wake up a patient that's unresponsive and has no reaction, or is that something the hospital has to do?
We have to do something now.
There is a chance to up in vitals in general. It depends probably on what exactly happened to the patient
Yeah.
and whether you can wake them up.
Like, technically, nothing prevents the patient from doing so, but in practice, you will probably not make it happen. So just get them to the hospital as quickly as you could.
I mean, if she would have been just under-sugared, I guess the glucose might have waked her up, but
Oh, you gave her glucose?
I gave her glucose,
Oh.
but actually the sugar dropped further, so it
Patient is going
is
into
still
cardiac arrest.
on the way.
Snap.
Yeah,
Cardiac arrest. Understood.
Yep.
I'll handle it.
It's
No
kind of
problem.
cool that you need to concentrate on the street and at the same time decipher what to do next.
yeah. I wanted to make it fun for the player, therefore had to make the AR partner bottom line useless to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So we have more fun stuff to do. But he's there. He's supporting on the emotional side, I guess.
Maybe you could show something really quick,
Mm-hmm.
because we have, since you also swapped the Siren, we do have a new volume slider for the Siren, so you could have it louder than the rest if you wanted to.
In the setting.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
audio settings, and there's a Siren volume. I mean, obviously you cannot push it to 11, but you could leave it at 100 and just turn down everything else, and then
Yeah, for everyone that feels like it is too annoying, they could turn down the Siren. For everyone that wants a little more action, they can turn it up. Not to 11, but halfway there.
no, maybe it's
Oh,
some patch.
I think we have a new callout.
Oh, is it what I'm thinking it is?
I might know because I created it, but I'm not telling you yet.
Yeah. We were also thinking about a little bit more red herrings, but it could make your call out quite annoying, so we didn't do it. But maybe in the patch.
Ooh. Let's check
Okay,
what's
a
happening.
question from Navy Eagle 1. I play on PlayStation and always notice the last scene of the patient getting admitted to the hospital. The graphics were quite bad. Is this intentional or something that's being worked on to improve? Yeah, we're constantly trying to improve the visual quality of the game. I mean, obviously, you cannot check the settings on the PlayStation, unfortunately. We have a fixed target for that. But in future patches, we will probably work on that as well. Sorry, in the
Yeah.
meantime. But it can also happen based on like how the game streams in stuff. Based on that, you might have better or worse quality graphics sometimes.
I think he is cooked, but from the inside. But it's not a new callout. I was mistaken.
Would have been so nice.
It's an old person. You need to watch
Okay.
out for them particularly.
Yeah.
I think there are a huge percentage of emergency cases going into elderly persons or people that live alone in general. And he won't even talk to me. He's
Sure.
completely unconscious. Let's bring him in. And get rid of the annoying people that are standing there and watching.
It's not necessary.
People are horrible. They're not helping.
I mean, they're helping. They're telling you something about the incident.
This person certainly didn't have anything to say.
Some of
Okay.
them do, though.
Some of them do, but some of them are also just curious.
We have a massive spike in heart rate.
Oh, yes, yes, okay,
No.
okay, okay.
Patient is going into cardiac arrest.
Quick!
Yes, yes, yes. He needs a defibrillation.
Cardiac arrest, Sigi? He's not...
He's
There's no
a- wait,
ventricular
wait, wait, wait,
fibrillation.
wait.
You don't need to defibrillate him.
Oh.
You need to.
Yeah, I need to CPR him. I don't wanted to treat him. And I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Partner, do it.
Do your thing, partner.
And I rush to the hospital like I did before.
This kid, I mean, he needs morphine.
Okay.
It's working. One of our technical artists had a lot of fun building those little graphs on the top, making sure that they like fit with the values of ventricular fibrillation.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. Maybe wait until it's in the greens and then talk about how cool it is. Let's pass through here. No time to waste.
Yeah, it's a manual defib for the drama.
Our patient doesn't like that at all.
Let me see. We take over from here.
Let's see how we did on him. Hope he survives. It doesn't look too good. You see pretty well that I should probably not have shocked him.
No.
That worsened his state into being catastrophic rather than critical.
Yeah.
And of course also the transport
But
didn't save him.
That would have been interesting. There's a. It also says then afterwards that it was stable then after it went to catastrophic. So it's like it worsened and then it kept being the worst state basically it could have been in.
Yeah.
And that's why you got a D.
It's often a realistic state that you can't particularly improve all the patients. Sometimes it's really just about stabilizing them as much as possible and then being quick about it.
Oh, map.
Okay. Another one nearby the coast. Let's check this one out.
Ooh, shortcut. But again, without any siren.
I'm sorry. Should use the siren more often.
Forgive you.
I've been having dreams about Siren after all these years of development.
How could you explain why they had a ventricular fibrillation after we CPR'd them? I think because of the defibrillator. I think it has a chance to add
yes.
ventricular
Because I
fibrillation
shocked them. That didn't help the heart rhythm. I misplaced it. I thought they were in the condition before. And then I used the wrong tool. Okay, what's going on here?
Again, a sweaty person.
Yeah. Let's check if she
With a bad
can
headache.
tell us something. Her whole body is aching.
I can stay here.
She can barely open her eyes.
I have so much
Yeah.
Oh,
unfinished work.
she has too much work.
No. I have never experienced this before.
Am I broken?
Am I broken?
No.
Unfortunately, you maybe are a little bit broken
I think she
right
just
now.
works too much.
How? I can't even understand it myself.
Yeah. We unfortunately don't have a course of self-care
I'm
that
not
we
a
can
lunatic, if that's what you're
describe to
asking.
people, but we can certainly do something about her stress level before she starts panicking. And maybe hopefully we get one of the new callout types next.
Yeah. Well, this is the end of your shift, though.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have time to start another one, though? Maybe one more.
Well, let's look at the scores and like how much we progressed.
We could play all afternoon, and then we can unlock the catastrophic event.
The catastrophic event, the most epic catastrophic event of all of them.
Oxygen levels are dropping fast.
I think so.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite?
I mean, I kind of like it. I like the moment when you like unlock it and you have it the first time.
Yeah.
It feels kind of nice because when you're being presented with a location that you're supposed to go to. Ah,
Sorry. Yeah.
our patient didn't like that at all, Sigi.
Yeah. Sorry. I probably don't want to spoil the event, but as we said, it's located on the Golden Bridge,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a fun way to go there. but people will have to be playing the district and leveling it up before getting it. So
Too high, what are you supposed
I'm reassuring him everything's gonna be alright. He will be fine. We are around the corner of the hospital. Positive words and placebos can do a lot.
Yeah, no.
Don't underestimate that.
Yeah, I know. It does.
Especially when they're in a panic situation like she is. Okay, I did a C. Actually, the jolt that I did during transporting is visible here. So she probably
Not too
got some
good.
bruises doing that. I'm sorry.
And that will be the end of the shift.
I did pretty bad.
Well, not your best.
Yeah, so if you're playing the Bayside DLC, be sure to be a bit more outlooking for the people and a bit more empathetic than I currently am. Seems like they're just digital puppets for us.
Yeah.
It didn't help when we built that torture chamber that we could use to apply all kinds of effects on patients and actually test it. That was interesting.
Yeah, one of the cooler dev tools that we built, because it was kind of fun to apply all of those ailments on the patients, and then just see how they behave.
Yeah, also super necessary for us to debug what is actually going on with all the values. And there's so many things that happen at the same time and that interact with each other. Not only speaking about the tools that you apply or the animation system itself. There's just so much going on. And this was one of the most trickiest parts of the game, I would say, to actually simulate that human body with all the dysfunctions in them. So a torture chamber was a necessary thing to build in that case. In that case only.
Need to be careful on those streets, not to drive too quickly.
Yeah, it's bumpy
all
and
all street bumps.
it's steep, but that's fine. And we have a new callout. Finally, that's a good thing to end on, I would say. So let's have a look
Oh yeah.
at what we have here.
Oh yeah.
Even putting on the siren for you to have a cool entrance.
Yeah, I mean, the traffic is reacting so nicely.
I
to it.
know. But I can also avoid them because I'm so agile.
Oh, agile.
Okay, let's see what's happening here.
Serious driving skills there.
Okay, we have a ramp and some build-up. We have an injured person crawling out of the water and another one with a camera that seems to be surprised and not very helpful.
I heard a crack,
She's
and
quite
it's
surprised.
pretty gnarly that they might have broken something. This'll get so many clicks.
Oh, good thing we have it on camera. How the poor person
Yes,
was
he's
terribly
been
injured.
for a long time.
Okay, move aside please. What, did you do any good on here?
I have no idea, I'm afraid.
Of course you don't.
I have
You were
no
just
idea,
driving.
I'm afraid.
You were just driving the jet ski.
Pain in my right thigh.
Pain in the thigh.
The right thigh.
Feels like something broken.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Can be lucky you didn't drown.
So much pain right now.
Okay, he's in a lot of pain.
I haven't had any chronic illnesses.
At least, though. Let's calm her slightly. And
That helps, by the way.
yeah, it actually does.
Yeah, I take some medication.
Oh.
Okay, this person definitely.
I don't. Yeah, it's a guy.
I see some blood splurting from here. So let's give him a tourniquet so
Yeah,
they
so
don't bleed
it's
off.
the Loodles.
Oh dear AG. What else can we give you? I would say he definitely needs some
EpiPen.
morphine.
Everyone needs morphine.
He's in pain. And as we all know, pain causes stress, and
Yeah.
stress causes more than just discomfort.
Yeah.
Oh, let's bring him in. Yeah, so kids, don't do this at home. That's the universal moral of this. Unless you want a strong bleeding on your right thigh
Hämatoma.
and some hematoma. Oh, he's basically bruised everywhere.
Yeah.
No, please, kids, don't do that at home. Don't. Okay. Some diagnostics and maybe some more bandages for the poor person. He's also quite undressed, so I assume he might be freezing a bit. I don't know how long he had been in the water. At least people didn't let him drown and dragged him out. Could wait for the YouTube video to pop up, or the social media platform it's supposed to be uploaded. Then we would know exactly what happened. Okay, let's give him an IV.
It's the most viable option.
Wait for the video
It's
evidence.
probably already uploaded though. Just get your tablet out and have a little watch. And like and subscribe. Pain relieved.
Look at
There you
him.
go. Doesn't look
He's
too
doing
bad.
better.
That goes with the temperature, also looking fine.
Temperature's fine. Let's give him another bandage for the arm,
Yeah.
because he looks like he cut himself here stupidly, probably on the wood. Or maybe the jet ski drove over him. Who knows what kind of stunt that was supposed to be. Okay. I'm happy you are doing good. Actually, the vitals are all rather stable now.
Isn't he like jittering a little bit?
I mean, he's probably freezing a little bit. I can check again.
Yeah,
He's
shaking.
on... Oh yeah, he's on 94. It's not too bad, I think. It's not Celsius, so I never know. I always have to look it up. Sorry, European.
Yeah.
So temperature usually should be normal at 24. Wait,
By temperature.
here, 98.6 is the normal Fahrenheit value. He's slightly below that, so yes, we can make it a bit more cozy for him, uppering the temperature a bit. So let's make it nicely warm. And let's hope now you will stop shaking soon.
It's actually quite hot already. Why is the temperature so high? Oh, probably because it's vacation.
I upped it.
No, but I mean, it was before as well. Like
No, it was below 70.
no, here I know, but
Room temperature.
the body temperature.
Oh,
Never mind.
yeah, the body temperature was slightly below average,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I think he's doing good. I would not do anything further to him, because he seems to be okay. Let's not push our luck this time. Let's quickly check his blood sugar. A lot of people often forget that. That's one of the vitals that is not measured with the regular diagnostics. And he actually is a bit low.
A bit.
A bit.
I mean, if you're not diabetic, I think it would be fine, right?
Yeah, but if you wouldn't be diabetic, it would be stabilized. So I'm quite sure
Okay.
he needs some of this.
Push it in then.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully these are rising. He has some blood pressure issues that we might want to address. Blood pressure should be between 120 and to 80, which is not met here.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to bring it up a bit.
So the solution then.
No, I just said we can, I think, use epinephrine for this. Here on the bottom it says it's affected by epinephrine to go up or by nitroglycerin, like nitroglycerin to go low. So let's give him some epinephrine directly in the muscle.
Dramatic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's hope this stabilizes them. We could watch them a little longer, but I think AG wants to be transported now before he freezes. He's really shaking a lot.
Yeah. I think we had a question about mod support. We would like to add mod support. The game is kind of prepared for at least some sort of extendability, but we need to see what happens in the next patch. We're discussing that already.
Yeah, so far we have been busy obviously with building all of that DLC. It wasn't particularly tiny and we had to put effort into it, so everything that goes into the direction of upcoming DLCs and updates we will have to evaluate from here. And obviously we're also excited to see how people like the new district and get some feedback from that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the destructible environment.
Yeah. Yeah. So much fun.
Only have to make sure to not hit any of the pedestrians. They are destructible, but they are also game overy.
Alright. Should we wrap this up?
I
this
think
be
we
ours?
should,
Yeah.
before we unlock the catastrophic event and spoiler too much.
Yeah.
Should be some left for you guys to discover. Don't want to get into every last corner of the district now.
Yeah. The new callouts are being spread across the whole map. Like you can play them everywhere. They're not just in District 4. They are also in all of the other districts available. So yeah. If you encounter them, share, please. I'd like to hear about your experiences and yeah, buy the DLC, play the game, give us feedback, engage with us via Discord and all the other platforms.
Yeah, and keep making suggestions. We listen to them, we collect them, add them to our list. I know there's a lot of ideas and the game has a great potential to grow and to be enhanced from here. So we hope for a lot. Hope you guys are tuned for more.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Thanks for joining.